Become a landmark in downtown Cocoa Beach, but suddenly there's a discussion about relocating the Kelly Slater statue.
I think we should move it out of here and replace it with the world #1 surfer, Sterling Spencer. A real true hero. We need
this guy gets it.
Throw that Kelly Slater statue out in the ocean with the fish and grow the reefs on them.
The Kelly Slater statue where it is right now is dangerous. It's plain dangerous.
What's dangerous is how smooth that bald head is. We need hair. And there's only one place I would get hair from, and that's from the #1 surfer in the world, Sterling Spencer.
Move the statue of perhaps Cocoa Beach's most famous native.
A lot of energy out there, a lot of people.
How many instances of danger have we had? 0.
0? Maybe add a couple zeros to a 1. And that's how much we have. 1,000. All because of that stupid statue.
In Cocoa Beach, Brevard County, I'm James Sparvero, getting results.
You did. What do you mean?
Hey, how's it? You know the rules.
So in an earlier episode, you said, I asked you the question, what would surfers do if they couldn't surf? Like what they would do to make money? And you said prostitution. What could they do if they couldn't surf, like as for up to make money? What are they good for?
We'd be all prostitutes.
What else? Is there anything else?
OnlyFans?
Besides that. Like what do you think, honestly, you would have done if you weren't a surfer besides film your dad?
Just me?
Yeah, just you.
I mean, I do so much stuff already.
I know, but you're growing.
Just take surfing out.
That's true.
I guess I would try to be a comedian, full on.
Dude, that would have been sick.
And then I'd be like sad.
You think comedians are sad? I think they're sad, but they can be at bars and happy at night.
I think it's too much, like dopamine.
Like you get so much high highs.
Yeah, if you're constantly like laughing and partying and stuff, like I think that's why comedians like during the day they're so like
they're sad.
Well, it's like their brain. If your brain's always up, it's gonna go down the other way.
That's what I think.
So surfing's always kept me balanced.
Yeah, because think about being in front of thousands of people and they're like, your adrenaline is just
every single night, like
and then you go home and you're like, oh, nothing gets me going anymore.
I'm the happiest when my life is very mellow.
Right.
And no huge highs and no low lows. Dude, did you hear about freaking Erik What's his name?
Erik Logan.
I found out how he got fired.
For real?
It's rumors.
It's rumors. Okay, what?
Well, surf world is small, you know?
Right, it's a small bubble.
Apparently he went on like an insane cocaine bender.
Really? Is that true?
That's what the rumor is.
So he's a cokehead.
Like all the surfers, you know, text each other.
Right.
We're in like this big surf thread. Apparently he tried to like make out with Griffin Colapinto.
Dude.
What's funny is I'm not even joking.
He tried to make out with Griffin.
Kind of.
Because he lost to like make up for the loss?
I think because he worked with Oprah, he thought, oh, like we can
do whatever.
Drink kids' blood and do cocaine together. Dude, one thing I've noticed is never trust guys that wear, like older men who wear clear glasses.
Oh, like the frames?
Yeah, that's a huge, like,
that's
sign.
True, dude.
It's a danger sign.
So if you see an older man with white hair wearing clear...
If you see, like, a mid-aged guy and they start wearing clear glasses and they get a bunch of bracelets, that's a huge sign.
Of what? Just evil?
That they're, like, weird, creepy.
All right. That's a good thing to know.
All right.
Well, I'll put that in the old bank here. Don't trust a man with clear glasses.
Every clear glasses man I've worked with, they always get weird.
So what is it? Like they see these clear glasses and they're like,
I think it's like this weird like midlife crisis thing.
Yeah.
And they put clear glasses in and they're like, whoa, like
I'm relatable.
I'm actually pretty young still. And then they wear tons of bracelets, like, and they'll get like a wrist tattoo.
Yeah.
And it's always jangling.
Bracelet.
And they try to like touch you, and it's like you're just like, whoa, dude.
And you kind of trust them because of like all the stuff going on.
It's a distraction. And really, they're trying to do cocaine anally with you. I mean, who the hell would hire?
Who the hell?
Who would hire Oprah's for surfing? Who's in charge here?
I know what you're saying.
John? Nathan? What's going on here?
I think he's been possessed.
What? What's he saying to us in his mind?
You see his eyes though?
They're like black.
Yeah, they're black.
It has no. It's just pure pupil.
Do you think some surfers have sold their soul to the devil to be world champs? What? You know a story?
I know one guy.
Really? Sold his soul?
What does selling your soul mean?
I mean, what do? You have to go online and sign up somewhere? Like, where do you go to sell your soul?
Like, does he actually, like, approach people in the physical realm?
Well, what does he want your soul for? What happens to him? What does he benefit?
Maybe in the devil's brain.
Yeah.
He's trying to, like, rack up more people than God. What is going on with this generation in surf training?
I don't know, dude. We've talked about it a lot.
Grab the ball here. Around the world. Bring the ball back. Squeeze the ball. All right. Open wrists. Clench. And now pull.
Like when you were training surfing, did anyone ever say, like, imagine a big ball in your arm?
No. When I was growing up, we just went surfing.
Right, and got yelled at.
And we surfed with coaches, and they would watch us surf while we're surfing.
And yell at you.
Yeah.
Not in a parking lot. In El Paso. Doesn't
Like,
make
this
sense.
is what Anastasia Ashley uses, I think.
Hmm.
I think this is her program.
Anastasia Ashley.
She started a Instagram surf girl program.
It's called Grab These Balls.
It's called Grab These Balls. Oh, this kid's hilarious.
Whoa.
Whoa! He went to the 12th!
Is that what happens? You go limp?
He was trying... Whoa! He went straight to the 12th. He went inverted with the taint.
Yeah.
Look, taint and spread.
Is he okay right there? Oh,
Did
he's
he
getting
make
out.
it? So, like, to get to the 12th,
Uh-huh.
you have to have the pure taint
Right.
vertical. That's
Obviously.
why it's about getting inverted. So he's like, I'm not even going to hit the lip. I'm just going to straight. He's a legend now. So, dude,
Yeah.
a lot of, like, big comedians have started serving.
Really? Like who?
The Andrew Schultz guy is getting good.
Yeah, he
And
serves.
freaking Tom Segura is, like, really taking it to the next level.
Really? Better than Bert?
Oh, yeah. Bert hasn't surfed since that one lesson I gave him. He's like, I've been too busy touring.
So Tom's good.
Tom's gotten better because he's lost all that weight.
Whoa.
Whoa. He's already 12th dimensional stuff.
Right.
He's getting barreled on his back. He did the freaking cockroach barrel. And
Whoa. Spinning.
he's not even on a soft top and he's doing this. That's incredible. Dude, Tom Segura's the freaking... He's doing floaters on his butt. He didn't even, like, bother standing up.
Right.
He's like, if I stay on my behind...
Well, he's already a stand-up comedian.
Exactly. So he's like, I don't want to stand up, sir.
So Tom Segura is the best comedian surfer over Andrew Schultz, over Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, because he doesn't even stand up.
Right. Whoa, dude. Tom is the man.
That's incredible. Tom Segura has it all.
Whoa.
These soft toppers need to take notes.
Right.
Like Jamie O'Brien and Kalani, like,
Watch out,
there's a
Tom.
new kid in town. She went for the Iron Lotus.
Whoa, why is she running?
She's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go home. How did she get into that position? It takes people years
To learn that?
to get that inverted that quick. You guys are genius.
These are 12 times.
Uh-oh.
Is that Jack Johnson?
These are examples of humans, how they eat. And then at the end, they throw in Jack Johnson. Make a banana pancakes. Take it in the hiney now.
What is going on?
People are so bored.
I know, I'm sick of it.
This is really fun. Whoa, 50-50.
Like, it's not even
Put
fun.
a motor on that bit. When he
and
brought that on the plane, are people like, it's a foil scooter. So this is like a new baptism they're doing at St. Paul's Church.
Yeah, North Korea.
Yeah, where they're taking people on jet boards and baptizing them.
He's dying. Oh.
Hey, he's pregnant. He went in. Look, he's so happy. They said men can't get pregnant. This proves it wrong. Baptism pregnancies.
Really?
He hasn't been able to get pregnant in years. And then they're like, in the name, I'm pregnant! Oh my gosh, it's twins! I could die in your arms tonight. When I became the goat,
Kelly called me.
Kelly called me and he said he wanted the hooves back. And I said, no, sir. Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
Dude, these influencer surf chicks are really taking it to the next level.
Whoa.
This is Anastasia, Ashley, and Ivy.
Really?
And they're freaking fighting for, like, Instagram title. And whoever loses has to delete their Instagram.
Oh, no wonder they're fighting so much. How are they going to pick the new CEO for WSL?
They came to me and asked if I had any, like, advice.
Like
and I was like, we need a long log, baby oil, and a flag.
What?
And then I was like, don't ask questions.
A long log, baby oil, and a flag?
Right. Ticket.
What?
So that's Bob Hurley. This is Pat O'Connell. I got up!
Oh.
Felipe.
Oh, Griffin.
Italo.
Oh.
I wonder if...
Oh, he almost did it. So no one got it. No one grabbed the flag. What does that mean?
Well, it's Kelly's flag.
Really?
It's actually Kelly's underwear. Dude, have you seen Bert Kreischer Olympic dive jump?
Uh-uh.
He's insane.
How does he do all this? He parties, he makes movies, he stands up comedies, and how does he freaking keep doing stuff? I don't know if you've seen those clips, but like people like Joe Rogan, they're so amazed at Bert Kreischer's athletic ability. He's like a secret athlete, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's like a clip of him like shooting a bow and arrow on stage and like perfect bullseye, and Joe Rogan's like, dude, if you would just stop drinking, you could be like a good athlete.
He's built different.
He really is. Actually,
he would
really
be a
is.
f***ing hell of an athlete if he wasn't a drunk.
But he has athletic gifts. For sure he does.
If he wasn't a fat f***, he'd be a hell of an athlete.
It's insane. Look at him. Olay!
Whoa.
I could almost do it. I just want to. I can't believe I love me. I started a new centaur school because a lot of kids been wanting to learn, like
the ways of a centaur.
Yeah, like my centaur techniques. Yeah, the girls are picking it up quick.
Huh?
They're like, look at the crowd. They're going crazy.
Yeah, they're real riled up.
Dude, this sport's taking off. Whoa.
Whoa. Side trot.
That's so hard to do. It's really hard to go side to side.
Really? What about this?
Yeah.
Whoa. She's amped.
She's pumped. Wow. And they're so noble.
Right.
So, dude, I went to stay at Laird's house.
You did?
Yeah, and his freaking bathroom is so intense. Because he walks around the house, he's like, "Aah!" And it's like, whoa, dude. Like, the bathtub was like a freaking wave pool.
No way. Is he just walking?
He drinks eggs, and then he walks around his house, and he's like, time to get a sauna. And it's just like,
and you were in the pool or the bathroom?
Yeah, this is the bathtub. And it looks like an Olympic-sized swimming pool, but it's really where he just bathes.
So he started moving, and you hopped out and started filming?
Yeah, I got out because I was scared. I thought it was an earthquake. And then he walked in, he's like, what's going on?
Oh, dude.
He had, like, egg juice on his face. So, dude, I was heading to Maui, and the Kardashians, I guess they're like full-on centaur chicks now.
Centaur chicks?
I saw them going to Maui for a surf trip.
This is them?
Yeah, when in real life, they're like full horse chicks.
Okay, so I don't know what you mean by horse chicks. It just looks like girls with... Oh, the hair.
Yeah, the hair and donks. Like, you could just hop on that and be like, get out!
That's why we're attracted to girls with big butts. Because you could, like, use them for transportation. Dude, the beavers are freaking out. Is that a beaver? What is that thing? An otter?
An otter.
Why are they so mad?
See, he's against soft topping.
The otter community?
Nature is sick of soft tops. So now I've been communicating to the otter community, and we've made an agreement, no soft tops in the ocean.
Really? Because they're damaging?
So this is little Cletus.
Yeah.
So little Cletus, he's like, get the fuck off this soft top. We're over it. Get out of here. Go on. Get out of here.
Dude.
And so he's regulating. He's like, no more soft tops.
Dude, so you've got a whole army of otters.
Yeah, me and the otter community, like, well, I told them we're tired of pollution.
Right.
And these soft tops, like, they make so many, and then they break in a couple days, and then they just...
Right, they just dispose of them in the ocean.
Yeah, it's just so much trash. I gave them the otters.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't pay them.
Right.
So I was like, what if I hooked y'all up with 12 Tide kelp chips?
Oh.
And they're like, you make chips? And they're like, deal. The otter community's like, we got it. Don't worry. Just keep them chips coming. And whoa, Zuck!
Zuck.
Yeah! Oh, ole! Hui! Hui! Oh, ole! Hui! Hui! Whoa! Hui! He's like hula dancing and bull riding at the same time. It's incredible. Ole!
Yeah, look at that little...
Look at this. It's like he's so loose. He's so loosey-goosey.
Dude, I'd be loose
it's all
too.
that jiu-jitsu.
What's it like to hang out with like the richest dude on the planet and watch him do that?
So this is Gabby's new diet program. So Gabby smells the chocolate and then takes a couple hits of the chalks and then goes Brock's.
So chalks to Brock's.
Yeah.
Broccoli.
So you sniff the chocolate while eating the broccoli and you think you're eating chocolate. Well, this is Gabby's new secret diet program.
Chalks to Brock's?
You sniff the chocolate while eating the broccoli.
Yeah.
And it really works. Look at her.
So now they have layered chocolate?
Well, they have... so it comes together like a layered chocolate to sniff and then layered broccoli.
But you throw the chocolate away after.
You don't eat the chocolate, you just sniff it. And all the broccoli is freshly farmed at Laird's
like
sauna grounds.
Sauna grounds. Oh, he uses the sauna sweat.
Right. So he uses Laird sweat to...
Oh, he's like sprinkles it out.
Yeah, but he actually sprinkles it. He's like...
Dude, they think of everything.
They think of everything, dude. They're so smart. Laird's a walking sprinkler.
That's why he saunas so much?
Yes, it's for Laird sweat to grow the broccoli.
Chalks to Brock's in a store near you.
Yeah, it's called Chalks to Brock. So freaking Dylan Grace went to like Indonesia, some river in Indonesia.
Oh.
And he went for like the world record of cutbacks. Look at this wave. It's called the Seven Sisters or something. Look at all those waves. It's in a river.
So is it man-made?
No, it's a like a tide once a year comes through.
And if you don't get it?
Yeah, if you miss it, it's over. So I guess he went for like the world record for cutbacks.
Yeah.
And the wave is insane. You could have like 7 people. Dylan Grace is on like the funniest program. He's like, he's only river surfing now.
He's a river guy?
He travels all around the world and surfs river waves.
Weird. If I had that money, I'd go to
Puerto Rico.
The ocean.
Maybe because he grew up on the ocean.
He's
It's like,
sick of it.
I need river. Dude, look at this shark.
It's scary. Where is
It's a
this?
huge great white. It's at J Bay. But look at these kids. They have no idea. A 20-foot great white. Look.
Whoa.
Just sprayed that shark.
Dude.
Dude, that's legit 12th dimension points.
That's like Kylan-y stuff.
Yeah, spray. He sprayed the shark. Dude, look at my freaking shirt.
Whoa.
You see it?
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it.
Dude, that's sick.
World
WSL.
Sauna League.
So what is that? A new like?
Well, it's a company me and Laird started.
You guys start a lot of stuff. So like, there's
It's really picking up.
It's like who can sit there the longest, and
Yeah, so like you have to be naked,
right.
and it's like it's a standoff. So Laird's on one side of the sauna, and I'm on the other.
Yeah.
And you're naked, and you have to
Make eye
just
contact.
Make eye contact, and whoever can stay in the longest wins.
Who won the last battle?
Laird.
Duh.
Yeah, he's so good. Should put it on the.
Yeah, put it right there. Sorry, Nilo.
Dude, what the heck is happening with Jonah Hill? What's
Let me-
going on? So Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend, she posted all their messages when they're breaking up.
So it's all messages of while they're breaking up. Personal text between his phone and her phone.
Right.
I broke that down for like a 4-year-old. Phone. Why did I say that?
And so she exposed him, saying he was controlling.
I read it, and as like a normal, I respect women, I love my wife, and all this stuff. It felt like the most nicest text I've ever seen someone text. But if you get deep and dark into it,
Well, yeah, now we have like therapists on TikTok. Actually, the words he's using is a controlling mechanism that was found in 1826, and they
Like-
go into diagrams and.
like if someone looked at my text like and broke them down,
Dude.
I'd be like,
If you screenshotted like girlfriends I've had in the past and our breakups, it's like,
your boobs are small.
yeah, like you say the meanest crap.
I know.
dude.
So like, that's why I'm like,
The
how-
dating world is like the most ruthless. Like so many girls I started dating, and they're like, "So I'm gonna need you home at 6 p.m. You can only surf 3 hours." When you start dating someone, it brings out all your insecurities.
Totally.
Like every single person, and they're lying if it doesn't. Like, are they gonna cheat on me? Oh,
Right.
they're gonna be this, and like, I feel like the situation is like the freaking Jesus and the Rock. Like, who can throw this first?
Yeah, who can throw the stone? Who hasn't sinned here? And
It's
they
like
drop
we're
them.
all idiots, and it's like people just pile on to Jonah. Like, dude, he's a racist.
And they're like, what?
It's private.
It's private.
Like it. We shouldn't even have opinions.
We
on
should not be right now talking about
it. Unless it was like rape.
it. Right. Those are private texts, and they broke up.
People love the word narcissist.
Yeah.
And when I hear it, I'm like, what does it mean?
It's like
No one really knows yet. It's so new.
so new of a word. Like you said, it's no one's business.
Like, would she post this if this was a boyfriend who wasn't famous?
Booyah.
Like, absolutely not. Because it's like no one cares.
Yeah.
She posts me, look, he said this. And people are like, who is that? I don't care.
He seems nice.
I feel like on the women's side of things, if we're going to dissect these personal messages, like, not many people have attained unconditional love yet. Especially in relationships. Like, it's a very special person that can truly just love you for you.
Right, with all your faults.
And dating is kind of like the opposite of that, because it's like, okay, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. I have to like figure my standards out.
Right.
Like, what is Jonah's religion? You know, like maybe it's his religious views. Like, there's just so many variables, and we can't see the whole conversation. It's like so unfair to judge.
Totally.
Because like maybe the rest of the conversation turned around.
Right.
Like maybe it was like, hey, like, you know, I was being hard. You know, I this just doesn't work for me. Like, I bet it ended great.
Ugh.
We love drama and we love gossip.
Yeah.
So we're just like,
ooh,
even now we're still gossiping.
I know, it's so fun.
Well, I think one mistake I've made in my past in relationships is like, you like fall in love with someone that's not right for you, and then instead of accepting that and moving on. It's like you kind of try to, well, I want you to be this way.
Right.
It's literally something everyone is dealing with in relationships. I bet Jonas had so many girls try to control him. Like,
oh, for sure.
It's just that's just dating.
Well, I told you this story once. I got dumped because the girl I was dating wanted me to be a pastor. but she had every right. She wanted to marry a pastor. Okay, boom, we broke up.
Luckily, she didn't text it.
Yeah, I would have screenshot
it and posted it on your freaking MySpace.
I know, and I would have been like,
can you believe this? She wants me to be a pastor. Doesn't she know I'm an online church editor?
Like they broke up. She's like, I don't like how who he wants me to be, so I'm breaking up with him. It's like, yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, that's life.
Dude, there's one thing I don't think I've ever told you.
Oh gosh.
I do that. I put this on before every surf session.
What? That shirt?
I put a extra large condom on.
What? The board?
And I like to pack it before I put them on.
Like cigarettes?
Well, one thing people don't realize is, like, when you shred, like me,
yeah,
I get people pregnant.
So if you're at a high level of surf,
if I'm like spraying juice at people, like, I wear protection.
So you pack it.
Well, yeah. Before I go, if you see me on the beach, like,
you're not smoking.
Yeah, I'm packing that dong.
Dude, that's smart. That's
it's safe surfing.
Safe surfing. Surf safe.
Like, this is 12th dimensional stuff. Y'all might not understand, but
right.
Like, I have so many. Before I started wearing protection,
mm-hmm.
I had so many kids around the world,
but
that I didn't even know about.
Really?
Like, if you see any sharp nose, like, it's probably mine kid
with good hair.
If you see any like sharp nosed, curly headed,
they're your kid from surfing.
They're my kid.
Did you ever have a crush on like an animated like cartoon when you were a kid? Like from Rugrats or I used to have the biggest crush on the Goofy movie girl.
The Goofy movie girl.
She was a dog.
So you're into bestiality?
No, I was a child and I had an attraction to a Goofy movie animated
Maybe
dog.
like Princess Jasmine.
Oh, for sure.
She was so skanky. She'd wear those sweatpants that were silk. She's always like,
Isn't it weird you can be attracted to something a dude drew?
Just close enough to a human, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jasmine's probably the hottest.
I can show you.
She had those hips and the sweatpants on.
Have you ever run away from home? You know, like your dad says something mean to you, you're like, I'm never talking to him again, and you pack a bag with like Skittles. You seem like a kid
thinking about it.
You seem like a kid that would like run away down the street and just like.
I remember a lot of peer pressure on having an invisible friend.
Oh,
remember?
An imaginary friend?
Imaginary friend.
Well,
I remember like so many kids would be like, yeah, my imaginary friend, and like, oh, you don't have one? And I tried so hard. I'm like, I try to think about them like with them. I remember I was by this tree hitting it with a hammer, like, look what I'm doing to my friend.
To your imaginary.
And I remember telling my dad, like, yeah, I have an imaginary friend, and I knew it was BS. And he was like, yeah, that's a kid, all right. Like, kids do that stuff. But I remember forcing it. I'm like, no, it's real.
So you had pressure to have an imaginary friend. What a weird thing.
It was so much pressure on me at school. Like, you don't have an imaginary friend. And it seemed so dumb to me. Like, I'm like, I can't pretend to talk to something.
Weird.
I remember really focusing.
Do you remember the one you made up?
I can't remember the name.
My son the other day goes, I have a black man in my brain. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, he's my friend. And I was like, what?
You're like checking what Fruit Loops he's eating? What kind of...
On YouTube, tons of people want more Sea Dog stories.
Sea Dog?
They're like, dude, more Sea Dog stories. Explain a little bit real quick, who was Sea Dog?
Sea Dog was a local surfer, world champion boxer or something.
Right.
Or kung fu.
Like a local legend.
He had a goatee, but not just one. And he would twist them.
Yeah, like...
So one would go down like... And then...
And he worked at this bar on the beach called The Dock.
Yeah.
And he was always like, hey, brother. They used to have these wet T-shirt contests.
Yeah.
So, like, all girls from all over the land would come over.
The land.
And you had to be 18 or older
Right, of course.
to the show, but it's just the beach.
Right.
Like, it's on the beach. So we would just, like, walk around the wall, and we're like... And I remember Sea-Dog, he would just be like... All he would do is make fun of the girls so hard. And they loved it. They were getting sprayed. They're like, ah! But I remember Sea-Dog always told, like, really inappropriate jokes. And he'd be like... Why is there a string on a tampon? So crabs could bungee jump. No! And he'd be like, no!
And then he'd go kick somebody.
And if you didn't laugh, you'd do it longer. Like, no! In the mornings, he would have this giant samurai sword.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be on the beach, like, at sunlight. And he's like...
So Steve Harvey says rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. What does that mean?
Why?
I guess that means, like...
Who sleeps during the day?
sleep.
He's right.
Rich, right. And I guess he's trying to say, like, you got to grind. You got to put in the work, bro. What do you think about that?
Depends on what you're searching for.
That's true.
Do you want happiness?
Or money.
Or do you want a bunch of money and a miserable mind?
Ooh. That's Steve Harvey.
But he grew up in a different... I grew up so privileged and...
Right.
Like, way different. Like, who am I to say, sitting on my freaking van?
Yeah, your Sprinter.
My Sprinter van, that was so easily given to me because I had surfing genetics.
Right. Yes, everyone's different. I just, you see so many people online telling you how to live your life that you don't know. Like life coaches, like, you need this and you need to do this. And I'm like, what?
My advice would be to find balance. I feel like you and me are the same, like, someone could offer us so much money, and if it's, like, not something that's we like, it's like so hard for us to do it. Like, if it's not, like, our passion, it's really hard to...
Yeah, it's so true. There's so many times I've been given opportunities to do jobs to make money. I'm like, I have no interest in that. And I just don't respond to the email. Like, I don't think it's laziness. I think you're right. If it's not something you're passionate about, you're like, pfft.
Well, you get to a point in life where it's like, I'm not going to live forever. So it's like, I don't really want to waste any of my time.
Yeah.
Especially when you have kids. Like,
for
it's
sure.
really hard to miss. Just sitting in a room with them feels important.
Dude, so let's talk about your new surf film, Join the Dance.
Let's talk about it.
What made you want to make that film?
I like to think the film made me.
Whoa.
My professional career with surf filmmaking, it was just feeling like more. Like, I never got satisfaction out of it because it just felt like with entertaining, it's just like, entertain us more.
Right. Dance monkey boy.
My dad passed away, and I went through a lot of hard things and was going through depression, and I was just tired of entertaining, pretty much. So I went on a pretty long hiatus for years where I just started meditating, and I was just kind of finding myself. And when I made that film, I felt super inspired to document what I've been feeling. And so Join the Dance, Mike Witt, our friend Mike Witt, filmed it.
Legend.
And it was in the middle of winter down here in Florida, and no one's around. And he loved to film birds and stuff. So I would be down at the secret part of the island, and he would come film the birds, and then he would film me surf every once in a while.
I didn't know that.
And he gave me some of the footage, and I was like, whoa, this is, like, cool.
Yeah, his style is sick.
And I was like, what if we made a surf film? And I'll edit it. He was like, yeah, sure. Basically, this was my part of my life where I, like, went into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights.
Nice. Like solo sessions by yourself.
It was a spiritual journey for myself. I felt like my whole life I was told what to believe. This was, like, my search for God. If God wants to talk to me, he's going to talk to me.
So I'm just going to go and be quiet. So I went and just hiked and camped by myself for 40 days and 40 nights, pretty much. I would go days without talking to anyone. And as I was calming down, I watched my mind. Like, your mind is like this reflection of everything, whoever's talking to you, everything you're looking at.
Right.
And you think it's you, but it's really just everything you're digesting constantly. As I stayed out there, all I saw was waves and birds. Your mind changes. Like, you don't have that constant influence. So while I was out there, it was like I became different. Like, I became like these birds, like just simple and quiet and at peace. And I was still mourning for my dad.
Right.
And I was looking for peace within. I started realizing my surfing was like a meditation. It was like I was practicing Tai Chi, and I started realizing like surfing is just like, because Tai Chi is about feeling the energy transfers in your body. And I was surfing and I was like, whoa, like I was feeling the same things. And even more so because you're so alert on a surfboard. So I was like, I'm just going to ride this. It's called a Mini Simmons. And it's kind of like the hardest. It's this board.
Oh, it's that one.
It's kind of like the hardest board to ride. Okay. Even though it looks super cool and fun.
Yeah, it does look sick.
It's like a door with fins on it. So it's super flat, super wide. So to do a turn on it, you have to be so precise on just the right bit of the rail. And like, it's super technical type surfing. So I was using that as a meditation. The film's called Join the Dance, Transformative Film Meditation. We just kind of started filming, and I was reading a lot of like stuff from like Ram Dass and just spiritual type speakers, anyone, Jesus, Buddha, everything, and just kind of digesting. When I was surfing, I always, my surfing was always from a surf video. I was thinking about so-and-so. Right. And as I was out there, I was losing that sense of everything. So when I was surfing, I was like, I was more alive. I was like, whoa, like I'm actually present surfing rather than doing what to please someone or a certain trick. And it was really cool. I was studying like pelicans, the way they glide through waves and their angles, and I would watch like their wings. So when I'm on waves, I would change like the way I hold my hands, and I could feel the different dynamics of the wind and stuff. And it was just such a cool, refreshing experience in my life. My whole life up to that point was like contests and make surf movies, and so this was like just I was learning from birds. Like I'm like, these guys are the masters, you know, like they know everything. And I was meditating a lot, and I was just getting quieter and quieter. And the more quiet I got, the more spiritually it felt like what I thought God was is always going to be in my imagination. Like God, like you see him as kind of like a father or whatever. And I started, you know, if you stop thinking, you are with God, because this is all we know. Right. Like the present is what we truly know we have because it's happening. It was just a cool spiritual journey on a surfboard, pretty much. Wow. And it was just, we just documented, and then I edited it after, and I just found cool inspirational quotes, that stuff I was feeling or realizing. And it was a special time in my life because there was no rules to it.
Right, you could do whatever you wanted.
And that's why the film made itself, it felt like. I didn't worry about anything, it was just like a painting. Like this felt just like I was painting whatever I was feeling and not judging it. It wasn't at the end of the film. I was like,
right, like I hope people like it.
Yeah, is that going to entertain?
Right.
It wasn't about that.
It was awesome, dude. Just the cinematography alone and just the whole vibe just had such a extremely just fresh feel to it. I'd never seen footage like that come out of the Gulf. You know what I mean? Like, well, I saw it from an outsider, and I was like, wow, this is like, some of it I was like, this is filmed here? Like, seriously, like, I thought it was extremely well edited and done. And
it was cool because you know, you meet these people in life and you get to share like a common trait. Like Mike loved filming.
Yeah.
I love surfing. So it's like we made some art together and like went our own ways,
Yeah.
you know, like it's just beautiful like how much art can happen. And it was fun. It was just like everything I felt during that time, because I was healing from a lot of emotional pain from my father.
Right.
And I think the coolest part of the film for me was like when people die, we kind of feel like it's over.
Mm.
And as I was out there, you know, meditating on my dad and stuff, I felt this insane connection with him. Like me and my dad have the same hands, like identical. So when I was on the waves, we have like the same tan skin and stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like he was watching through my lens.
Wow.
From heaven. And it was like I found peace with him.
Wow.
You know, like I found that healing where it's I'm not mourning anymore, because, you know, life is so quick, and I feel like
so quick.
I feel like we don't realize that we're all together before and after and during, but we get really lost in our identity. We get lost into our emotions and jealousies, and I feel like there's every time in a man's life you kind of have to just kind of like get away from stuff.
Yeah.
Like, why are you here? What are you doing? Who are you? Like, who's looking out of these eyeballs? Like, no one stops and like kind of thinks about everything. And I felt tons of stuff from my childhood popping. It's like the quieter you get, the more loud it gets.
How long did it take for you guys to film that? Was it one winter?
Yeah, one winter.
But what's cool about the film too is you added some humor in it, like with the cigarettes and the burying. What did you bury? Like
so I grew surfboards out of the ground with beer and
beer and bottle
seeds.
caps or something. Yeah. But yeah, it was cool to watch and still see like funniness come out.
My life will always be playful.
Right.
Like this cigarette was like the ounce of like making fun of myself.
Yeah, the stupid cigarette.
Like freaking.
But then like I know the Stonehenge stuff was similar. Like that was still sick to look at, but it was still kind of part of it was funny.
Like in Stonehenge. Like,
yeah, like but it was still like cinematically or whatever the words are.
Stonehenge, you know, we get to a place in life where it's like we have so many doors we could go through and we don't know what to do. So that was like the part with me where I'm like in Stonehenge, and then it shows me going underwater with the skeleton.
Yeah. That
to me was like me leaving my old self or my flesh, me leaving like my ego
behind, kind of.
Yeah, leaving the ego behind. And it's like, whoa, this is scary, but I'm running through the woods like excited and kind of what am I going to do? Like I'm like, what's ahead? And then when I get to the waves, it's like, oh, okay, like it's time to surf with God. You know, like that would be the message to me, like just like finding oneness with God through surfing.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask. Like, what did you want people to kind of take away from it, or did you care? Was everybody's interpretation?
Well, I feel like everyone's going to have their own interpretation, which I like.
Right.
Because it's like everyone's on their own journey, and everyone's journey is different. So it's fun hearing like people's response because they kind of see what they feel rather than what I was projecting for you to feel.
It's their own journey.
And it's cool. It's like, whoa, that kind of sparked up their inner feeling for this. And the part of the movie where it shows like me in the fire talking about anxieties, to me, that's like the most powerful part. Everyone's got their anxieties. And it's like, we all have to face them. If you want peace, like, you have to go through like the door of that you don't want to go down.
Right, totally.
Which is our childhood or whatever.
Trauma.
Yeah, whatever. You know, everyone's got their traumas. And I feel like that's why I love comedy. Why I've always been drawn to it is because it's like my way to help healing.
And it's universal. Everyone laughs.
I think laughing is direct connection to God. Because think about it. You can be so mad, and then if you start dying laughing, it's like you stop, like you can't think.
Right.
And it just feels good. You're like, and okay, it's like everything's out of the mind, and you're just like one.
Yeah,
and you're
laughing.
just like,
Dude, totally.
and then it's like back, and then mind comes back, and you're like,
groceries.
So I feel like I've always been drawn to making people laugh because it's like I'm not handy. I don't know how to fix things. Like it's like laughing is my way to
It's
like
your
help.
hammer.
The only way I know how to heal, help
Right.
people to heal and for myself too. And this film, is super personal film. I think it's a good time for people to see it.
Yeah. For sure. So go watch it. It's up on our channel.
It is live. So this is like the official launch party.
Yep. Sick.
We've
It's an
got-
awesome film.
We've got a premiere tonight at Hooters.
So, there's sad news that your homie passed away.
Mikala Jones.
Mhm.
Yeah, the whole surf world is pretty in disbelief. It was weird. Me and him were so close at a certain point in our lives. We were both on Reef,
Mhm.
and we went on all these trips together. And Mikala's from North Shore, Hawaii.
Mm.
So when I grew up, he was like mean.
Really?
He was like older bro, like he was super quiet and cold and caught every wave and
Right.
aggressive, and I was like, whoa, my God, that's scary. He's got this sharp nose.
Yeah.
And he was a deep soul. But when we got older, we started going on trips together, and we realized we loved each other. We realized we were soul brothers. He's like a real life pirate.
Yeah.
Like he would go on these trips by himself in Indonesia. He'd go on these crazy trips by himself, take a boat by himself in the middle of nowhere and surf crazy, amazing waves by himself. Hearing that he died the way he did, on one side I was like, man, like he was so crazy. Like he would go on these super dangerous trips by himself. So that's what I initially thought happened. He cut his leg. Super random.
I know. It's so sad.
We used to have these crazy conversations about his mother because my dad died and his mom died around the same time. So we were both kind of mourning, so we could like hang out and talk about. He had this crazy surf accident where he hit his head on the reef, and he said he died, and he said he felt his mother put his soul back into his body. And he was telling me about it, and the way he was telling me, I was like I felt like I was
Chills.
there, like.
Yeah.
And when you're so close to death, I feel like it changes you. Like he felt very alive being around him. Like so it was just to hear him passing. It was just like, man, we used to talk about this all the time, death, and it's crazy that he passed to the other side and surfing. So, it hit me pretty hard. It's just like you forget to keep reminding your friends you love them,
Yeah.
like it's so easy to let life slip by.
Well, you just never think it's going to happen until you're like 90.
Well, he was so wise, and he's like a walking tree. Like, I'm like, he's never going to die. Like, he was always the responsible one. He was like always in charge. Like, he was like a dad to everyone, kind of. He was just him traveling by himself and knowing how to, you felt really safe with him.
Right.
Like, he felt like Captain Jack Sparrow, like ahead of the.
Like, we'll follow you anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
But
dude.
he was super special human. He spent so much time in the tube. Some people, it feels like they know their life isn't going to be as long, so they just live hard. And he was one of those. Like, he was just always on a surf trip. It was crazy.
Well, thanks for watching. We hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is
We did?
good for us. Yeah, we're 10,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Are we going surfing?
How's it?
Should we go
Thank
surfing?
you for watching Pinch My Salt, the hit podcast of the world's #1 surfer. Sterling Spencer. You know the rules. Subscribe and tickle that like button. Pinch my salt.